The screen flickered. Millions were watching. The world wept for Yu Menglong's sudden death. Gao Taiyu's laughter echoed through a livestream, a sound that froze every heart listening. Was it ignorance, cruelty, or something far more complicated hidden behind that smile? The comments flooded in, outrage exploded. And within minutes, the internet turned into a storm of disbelief and fury. What really happened that night? What was Gao Taiyu thinking when the world was mourning? Join Red Carpet Revealed, as we uncover the truth behind the smile that shook the nation. The glow of the livestream screen painted Gao Taiyu's face in soft light. The chat scroll racing beside him in bright neon lines. Thousands of fans filled the feed with hearts, emojis, and laughter. To them, it was just another casual night, another friendly check-in from the actor they adored. At that same moment, on another side of the digital world, a very different message was spreading like wildfire. Yu Menglong was gone. At first, it was only a rumor, one of those tragic whispers that the internet sometimes creates out of thin air. But then came confirmation from credible sources. Everything changed. Social media froze, timelines filled with disbelief. Fans posted crying emojis, candle icons, and desperate questions. No, not him. Please tell me it's not true. Within minutes, Yu Menglong and Gone Too Soon were trending worldwide. The entertainment world had lost a star, young, talented, and adored by millions. And yet, in a strange corner of that same night, Gao Taiyu was smiling. No one knows exactly when the clip was captured, but it spread faster than the news itself. Gao, in a cozy sweater, joking with his followers, laughing at a comment about his hairstyle. The chat exploded with new messages. Do you know what's happening? Why are you laughing right now? But the stream continued, laughter echoing. Unaware, unstoppable. Then someone clipped the moment, uploaded it, and titled it, "He Laughs While Fans Cry." The internet erupted. In less than an hour, the video reached 1 million views. Memes, reaction edits, and furious posts flooded social media. Heartless, one headline screamed. Insensitive, said another. Influencers reposted the clip, fueling the storm. Some fans defended him, insisting he didn't know. Others swore never to support him again. The world didn't wait for context. The narrative had already written itself. Gao Taiyu, the smiling villain of a national tragedy. When Red Carpet Revealed began tracking the story, found was chaos, pure, emotional chaos. Fan clubs splintered overnight. Stream replays were taken down, then re-uploaded by others. Statements contradicted statements. The digital world had become an echo chamber of anger and grief. But somewhere beneath the outrage was a quieter question that no one dared to ask. Was it really that simple? Because behind the screen, things were far more complicated than they seemed. Yu Menglong wasn't just another celebrity. He was a symbol, the kind of star who carried gentleness like armor, whose quiet charm spoke louder than headlines. He rose through television dramas that painted him as the tragic hero, the loyal friend, the one who always sacrificed. In many ways, he became that role in real life, dependable, kind, humble. But fame, as always, was a double-edged sword. Behind the gentle smile, he battled exhaustion, anxiety, and isolation. His last post, a photo of a dimly lit studio with a caption "Even lights burn out someday," would later be shared millions of times as fans tried to decipher what he'd meant. For Gao Taiyu, Yu wasn't just a colleague. They had grown up through the same entertainment circuits, appeared on the same variety shows, the same stages. To fans, they were brothers. To industry insiders, they were rivals. Their friendship had survived contract wars, gossip, and tabloid speculation. But something had changed in the final months, something subtle, invisible, yet devastating. Gao became less present in Yu's life, busy with his own projects, while Yu withdrew deeper into solitude. No one noticed the distance until it became permanent. The night of the livestream, Gao was promoting a new brand collaboration. The script had been approved days earlier by his management. It was supposed to be lighthearted, a half-hour of jokes, questions, and fan engagement. No one expected tragedy to strike mid-broadcast. The news broke during the stream. First as confused comments, then as full-blown alarm. "Check the news," one user typed. "Yu Menglong is gone." But by the time the realization reached Gao, the damage was done. That single captured laugh, frozen forever, would define him for years. The next morning, headlines were merciless. Entertainment programs replayed the clip in slow motion, analyzing every facial twitch, every second between his smile and his frown. Commentators argued about sincerity, empathy, and morality. Psychologists were invited to decode emotional authenticity. Meanwhile, Gao locked himself in his apartment and didn't speak to anyone for days. His management released a short, polished statement. At the time of his Livestream, Mr. Gao was unaware of the developing situation. Offers his deepest condolences. But the internet didn't believe it. The narrative had taken root, and no PR statement could stop it. In a world addicted to outrage, truth moves slower than emotion. As the storm intensified, fans began digging into old interviews, searching for signs of insensitivity or arrogance. Every laugh, every light-hearted comment he had ever made about you was replayed and dissected. Out-of-context quotes circulated as proof of hidden jealousy. Within hours, hashtags like "Cancel Gao Taiyu" and "Justice for Yu Menglong" trended across Asia. Sponsors withdrew. Streaming platforms removed his content. His name became a synonym for betrayal. But amid the chaos, a few quiet voices tried to speak up. A crew member who had worked with Gao posted anonymously, he didn't know. He found out after the stream and broke down. The comment was deleted within minutes. Another insider hinted that Gao had begged his manager to cancel the Livestream earlier that day, claiming he wasn't feeling right. The manager reportedly told him, "Smiles are part of the job." Whether that conversation really happened remains unconfirmed. But it added fuel to growing suspicion. Perhaps Gao wasn't cruel, perhaps he was controlled. That theory gained momentum when a leaked memo from his agency surfaced online, instructing artists to maintain composure and avoid emotional outbursts during sensitive news cycles. The memo was real, verified by multiple outlets. Suddenly, public opinion began to shift. Was Gao's laughter not spontaneous but forced, the product of an industry that scripted everything, even grief? The question split the fandom. One side still demanded punishment, the other began to pity him. Hashtags turned into battlegrounds of interpretation. Even if it was forced, he still smiled. One user wrote. Another countered. If you were trapped under contract, would you dare cry? As Red Carpet Revealed continued its investigation, the contradictions multiplied. Gao's Livestream logs showed multiple moments where he paused mid-sentence, glancing off camera as if waiting for someone's cue. His tone shifted abruptly. His hands trembled. The producers denied interference. Footage said otherwise. A faint voice could even be heard whispering, "Keep going, keep smiling." Whether it was a director, assistant, someone else, no one would admit. The more we uncovered, the story evolved from scandal to systemic exposure. The problem wasn't one man's laughter, it was the industry's demand for perfection at any cost. Meanwhile, the world kept mourning Yu Menglong. Fan memorials covered city squares in flowers and letters. Murals appeared overnight, depicting him with angel wings and tear-streaked eyes. Every night, thousands gathered to light candles. Gao's name, once screamed in anger, began appearing on those candles too, not in forgiveness yet, but in confusion. Silence became Gao's only refuge. For weeks, he vanished, no posts, no appearances. Paparazzi caught glimpses, him entering a temple, his head bowed, sitting by a river, staring at the water. The laughter that broke the internet had also broken him. Close to him described sleepless nights and guilt-ridden isolation. He kept saying, "If only I'd known. Only I'd stopped the stream." One friend confided anonymously. Then, something unexpected happened. A short video leaked from that same night, a few seconds cut from the Livestream's end. The broadcast had already gone off-air. Camera still rolling privately. Gao was shown lowering his head, muttering, "What happened to him?" before covering his face with both hands. The clip spread quietly among fan groups. It didn't go viral, it didn't need to. It simply whispered a different truth. Behind the smile was shock, not indifference. By then, though, the machine had already moved on. The entertainment cycle shifted toward new scandals. Another star's controversy replaced Gao on the front pages. But for those who cared, the questions remained. What really happened behind that Livestream? Who told him to keep smiling? And why did an entire system demand silence in the face of tragedy? When we finally contacted a former PR coordinator from Gao's agency, She hesitated before answering. "You have to understand," she said. "We are trained to protect the brand, not the person. If an artist shows emotion, it's considered a risk." Gao was told the same as everyone else: no tears. Panic, no reaction. "But you was his friend," we said. There was a pause. "In this business," she whispered, "friendship ends where the camera begins." Those words echoed long after the call ended. They captured the chilling reality of modern celebrity, a world where authenticity is dangerous, where grief must be rehearsed, where even tragedy becomes a performance. Oh, the internet remembered only the laughter, stripped of the context, the manipulation, the pressure. But for Gao Taiyu, that single laugh became a life sentence. 2 months later, he resurfaced with a brief, trembling statement on social media: "I failed to protect him. I failed to protect the truth. Someday you'll understand." It was deleted within an hour. His account went dark again. But screenshots survived, they always do. That single post reignited a debate. Was he apologizing? Confessing? Or warning? Some fans claimed the deletion wasn't his choice, that the agency had locked his access. Argued he was trying to end the controversy. Either way, the silence grew louder than the laughter had ever been. Behind the scenes, the company tightened control. Internal leaks suggested that both Gao and several other artists were placed under temporary image rehabilitation programs, monitored by PR specialists and digital behavior teams. Every post, every like, emoji was pre-approved. Gao became a ghost under his own name, a man smiling on cue, grieving off-screen. Meanwhile, Red Carpet Revealed kept searching for answers. Through quiet channels. Of a private memorial organized by a handful of Yu Menglong's closest friends. Held away from cameras. Was there. Dressed in black. Standing apart, he didn't speak. When the ceremony ended, he remained behind, staring at the portrait long after everyone left. The organizer described the moment simply: he looked like a man who finally allowed himself to cry. No cameras captured that. Livestream broadcast it. It existed only in memory, fragile, human, real. And that's the irony. The same internet that condemned Gao Taiyu for laughing never saw him cry. But this story isn't over. As we dug deeper, a new trail appeared, a collection of internal documents hinting at something far more sinister than bad timing or miscommunication. Files that suggested deliberate orchestration of emotional control. Planned public responses. Entertainment strategy for what they called emotional exposure incidents. In other words, the system already knew stars would break. It just built walls to hide the sound. Those files would change everything, not only about Gao's Livestream, but about how we understand celebrity itself. We prepared to open them. One final message arrived in our inbox from an anonymous address: no greeting, no signature. Just 6 words that chilled every member of our team. Laughed because they told him the truth behind that line. Story of a machine that forced a smile on tragedy. Unfolded behind the smile, what Gao Taiyu didn't say. The message still glowed on the screen when the newsroom fell silent. He laughed because they told him. 6 words, simple, devastating. They rewrote everything we thought we knew. Weeks, Red Carpet Revealed had chased rumor after rumor, trying to understand why Gao Taiyu had smiled on the night Yu Menglong died. But now the pieces began to fit. The laughter wasn't careless. It was commanded. The whistleblower, a self-described former assistant under contract with the agency, agreed to speak only through encrypted channels. She used a pseudonym, Iris. Her first message read like a confession. You've seen the videos. You haven't seen the messages. Directives. Real time. In his earpiece. According to Iris, Gao wasn't alone that night. He had a small production crew in the adjoining room, 2 lighting techs, a stylist, and a PR liaison connected to headquarters by headset. The liaison fed him instructions as comments poured in. Panic hit the chat. Yu Menglong is gone. Gao froze. The liaison's voice cut through the confusion. Ignore it. Keep smiling. We'll confirm later. 8 seconds later came the laugh that detonated across the internet. When we asked Iris why no one stopped the stream, she typed back, because stopping would mean acknowledging the story. And that wasn't approved. The agency's internal rulebook, later leaked by another employee, confirmed her claim. Paragraph 7. Subclause B. during unforeseen public incidents. Maintain performance continuity until Communications Control Team issues directive. It sounded like military protocol. Artist management. For Gao, that meant one thing: stay in character while the world collapsed outside. In the following days, Iris said, the control team moved fast. They drafted statements, deleted logs, locked social accounts. They told us to act like nothing happened. The memo's title was chillingly bureaucratic: Containment Phase 1, Emotional Neutralization. Inside the agency, the laughter clip was banned from discussion. Employees who mentioned Zhu Menglong's name received written warnings. One staffer was reassigned for changing her profile picture to a black ribbon. It wasn't just about image, Iris explained. It was about control. They were terrified that one genuine emotion could undo the entire brand. The internet raged on. But inside, a deeper silence took root, the kind born of fear. Gao Taiyu vanished into that silence. For nearly 3 months, he spoke to no one publicly. His phone was confiscated for mental health monitoring. Friends were told he was in therapy. In reality, he was being held at a corporate retreat 2 hours outside Shanghai, a resort once marketed to clients as an emotional reset facility. Iris sent us photos: white walls, closed blinds, motivational posters quoting anonymous life coaches. Artists there were required to attend daily affirmation sessions where they repeated scripted lines about gratitude and focus. Cameras recorded everything. Called it healing, she wrote. It looked like conditioning. When Gao finally emerged, he was thinner, quieter, and careful. In one of his first controlled interviews, he smiled the same rehearsed smile. I've learned to look forward, he said. We should all cherish happy memories. His eyes, however, told another story: distant, exhausted, broken. Fans noticed. The interview's comment section filled with unease. This isn't him. He's reading lines. Help him. Behind the scenes, Red Carpet revealed obtained the unedited footage of that interview. Between takes, asked the crew to stop filming. He rubbed his face, whispering, "How much longer do I have to pretend?" The room fell quiet. Then the PR supervisor clapped her hands. Smile. We're rolling. He smiled. Around this time that the whispers about the file resurfaced, the rumored dossier Yu Menglong had compiled before his death, detailing the agency's restrictive contracts and manipulation tactics. Many believe Gao had a copy. Iris confirmed that, too. He received it 2 weeks before Yu died. He didn't open it until after the Livestream. What he found, she claimed, left him shattered: clauses forbidding independent medical treatment, personal relationships needing company approval, for emotional instability affecting public image. One line underlined in red: any unauthorized expression of grief constitutes breach of professionalism. Gao allegedly told a friend. People to them. We're content. The friend tried to persuade him to leak the file, but fear won. Then Yu Menglong was gone, and guilt replaced fear. We pieced these fragments together. Another insider stepped forward, a veteran producer who had worked with both men years earlier. He described a night after Yu's funeral when Gao called him, voice trembling. He said he couldn't breathe. The producer recalled. But every smile felt like a lie. Not long after, Gao disappeared again. Rumors spread that he had left the country. Others that he was under legal supervision. Neither was true. He had simply gone home, to his parents' small house in Suzhou. Neighbors later told local reporters about seeing him walking the riverbank at night. Sometimes humming quietly, sometimes crying. Lost, one said. Like he was trying to remember how to be human. In those same weeks, Yu Menglong's mother published an open letter thanking fans for their love but pleading for peace. Don't turn grief into war. Let them all rest. Many read it as forgiveness, not just for Gao, but for the entire tragedy. Yet the machine refused to rest. Even as memorials grew, agency began pushing a new idol to replace Yu, a young trainee styled to resemble him. Fans were furious. They called it exploitation, desecration. Campaign backfired spectacularly. They can't replace him trended for days. The public mood shifted from rage at Gao to disgust at the system itself. For the first time, the walls cracked. Independent journalists started asking questions. Politicians weighed in on mental health pressures in the entertainment industry. One headline read, "How many more must smile through pain?" Amid that reckoning, Red carpet revealed received a final package from Iris, a USB drive wrapped in black tape. Inside were voice memos, internal strategy calls, recorded secretly. The voices were calm, erratic, chilling, contain narrative, control sentiment. Gao Taiyu remains an asset. Maintain operational silence. Listening to them felt like standing inside a cold engine. Every apology, every post, every laugh, planned, timed, optimized. Sanity reduced to marketing metrics. And somewhere inside that machinery, Gao Taiyu was still trapped, smiling for survival. When the files went public, chaos returned, but this time, Age had a target. Protesters gathered outside the agency's headquarters, carrying signs that read "Let them be human and silence is not healing." Within days, regulators announced an investigation into unethical management practices. Sponsors fled once more, not from scandal, but from shame. Gao remained silent. He had vanished before the files were released. Then, one quiet dawn, a new video appeared on his long-abandoned social account. No caption, just a single shot, Gao sitting by a river. One near his home. The camera trembled slightly, as if held by his own hands. 30 seconds, he said nothing. Then he looked into the lens and whispered, "I wanted to tell you sooner." Fade to black. The clip was barely half a minute long. Within an hour it had 3 million views. Fans flooded the comments with broken hearts and candle emojis. Others simply wrote, "We hear you." That night, for the first time since Yu Menglong's death, the internet felt quiet, not silenced, but listening. Red carpet revealed extends sincere appreciation to all contributors, witnesses, and industry professionals who provided insight for this report. Detail was verified to the best of our ability, every emotion treated with respect. Our mission remains unchanged, to uncover, to remember, to give voice to the stories the spotlight leaves behind.